Let's see today's simple methi bhaji. Now here I have just soaked the methi leaves in water with some salt added to it for about 15 to 20 minutes, then drained it out, rinsed it well, and then put it into a colander and let all the water seep out. Now once all the water is seeped out, I'm just going to chop them up and cut the methi really fine. Now at the end of this video, you will see how I clean methi and how I store it also. And basically you got to use this in a day or two that when you purchase it. So it's fresh. Don't keep it for very long, for about a day or two maximum. So at the end of the video, I've shown you how I pluck the methi leaves and how I store them. Also, friends, I'm just going to pop in because I want you all to know about something. So it'll just take half a minute, but there's something I'd like all of you guys to know about. So keep watching.
It's Akshata here. I just wanted to pop in and let you know about my Amazon storefront. I get loads and loads of questions as to Akshata, what is this gas stove that you're using? What is your oven, the brand of your oven? What is the capacity of the oven? What is the make? Then what are the measuring cups that you use? What are the different cake tins that you use? So all of this I have put up on my storefront along with other categories like electronics, phones. This is basically stuff that I buy or I keep on my wish list, and I would recommend that you can buy them. They're one of the best deals with regard to quality as well as prices. So I've categorized them into different categories like pots and pans, baking essentials, cooking essentials, health, foods. So you can go and check it out. The link is down below. And you can just click on it, it'll take you directly to the Amazon storefront. And even if you're looking out for something and you would like to know what are the best deals happening, you can write to me down in the comment section, or my email address is there down in the comment section. Just click on the email, it'll take you to, you can just write to me as to what you're looking for, and I can send you a mail back telling you what are the best recommended products. So that's what I wanted to tell you, and now back to the video, guys.
And now getting back to the recipe. So here I've taken a pan and I've added 1 teaspoon of oil. Now once our oil starts to heat up, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Once the mustard seeds begin to splutter, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. I'm then going to add 3 green chilies that I've just cut into half and fry the chilies really well. Now I'm going to add 4 cloves of garlic that I've just crushed to a very coarse paste. Now I've got to fry the garlic also well. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of asafoetida or heenga and half a teaspoon of haldi powder or turmeric powder. Now I've chopped up 1 medium onion fine, and I'm going to add that, and I'm going to fry the onion also well. Now I'm just going to cover and cook this pan, cover and cook the onions till they become a little bit soft. Once that is done, I'm going to add my chopped up methi leaves, and I'm going to fry everything really well, or mix everything really well. So see that the onions and the methi and the bagar is really mixed nicely. Now this methi doesn't take a long time to cook. So now I'm just going to cover and cook it for about 2 minutes, stirring in between. Now after 2 minutes, just give it a gentle stir. And now we're just going to flavor it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar, because methi has a little bit of bitterness in it. So I'm going to add some salt to taste. And I'm also going to add a pinch of sugar. Now mix everything really well. Now if you watch the video till the end, I'll show you, how to buy the right kind of methi also. So keep watching the video till the end. And again, after 2 minutes, just cook, just cover and cook for another 2 minutes, and again stir in between. And then now we're going to cook it without the cover for another 2 minutes. And just let all the water dry up. And that's it, friends. Your lovely simple methi bhaji is all ready to enjoy. And now I'm going to tell you how I clean the methi. So basically, just pluck the leaves out. Now, when you're buying the methi, first, you just have to buy the methi which has this very white kind of a stalk, a very thin kind of stalk like this, not the very thick kind of stalk. Even the leaves have to look very fresh and tiny. They shouldn't look very dark green. They shouldn't be very thick, but they should be very tender like this. So just pluck out the leaves, and what I like to do is I like to store it in some paper, because that way it lasts long. But like I said, don't keep the methi for more than a day or two. Just, I mean, the day you buy it, clean it up, and use it up either that day or the next day, because it does have a very short life. And if you store it for more than 2 days, you'll see that there's a lot of moisture and some of the leaves start to wilt. So I generally buy the methi, clean it up the same day, and use it up the same day or the next day at the most. So then once I cleanse the methi, I just kind of put it into some paper like this. This is one way of storing it. And another way of storing it is how I just show you how I do it with all my leafy vegetables. This is coriander, of course, but I put paper at the base of the box, the airtight container. Then I put the leafy vegetables in it, and again I cover it with some paper. So that's how I store my clean and store my methi. So friends, when you're buying this tambri bhaji, also known as lal mat in Marathi, and amaranta leaves, always buy them, fresh. They should be nice and red with a few greens, and they should look nice and fresh. Next, separate the leaves from the stalk, but keep the soft part of the stalk or the tender stalk along with the leaves. And then after that, just soak this in some, after you've cleaned the leaves, soak them in some salt water for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Then you will find that the water becomes very red, and you'll have a lot of mud or kind of mud settle down. get rid of that, soak it twice, soak it thrice till you get clear water, and then just rinse it under the tap in a sieve or a sift and wash it clean. This is very important. And then once your leaves are nicely drained out of all the water, you can just start making this beautiful and healthy and delicious vegetable. So here my leaves are all prepped up and chopped and ready to go. Now besides the leaves, I also require few other ingredients, very few ingredients. So here I have one medium sized onion which I've chopped fine. This is 4 cloves of garlic which I've chopped. These are 2 light green chilies chopped fine. This is half a cup of fresh coconut grated and some salt to taste. So that's all we require for our recipe today. So let's begin. So here I've heated about 1.5 tablespoons of oil in my pan. Use a nice broad pan. Now once my oil is nice and hot on a low to medium flame, I'm going to first add my garlic or lasun. Give it a small fry till it turns a little bit brown. It shouldn't get burnt, just a little light brown. Then we're going to add the chilies and let the chilies fry too. So the oil gets nice and flavored with this green chilies and garlic. Now I'm going to add my onions and we're going to fry the onion till it becomes nice and translucent. Now this tambadi bhaji is very good for health. It has a lot of good nutritional value. I will leave the benefits of eating this tambadi bhaji or amaranth leaves at the end of the video, so just watch it till then. And now we're going to add our chopped up leaves. So chop them up nice and fine so it's easier to cook as well as eat. Now we're going to give this a good mix so that it gets mixed in well with our bagar of onion, garlic and green chilies. So give it a nice stir. Now, like all leafy vegetables, you don't need to add water to this because the leaves will leave out some water. Now we're going to flavor it with some salt to taste. Once you've added the salt, mix the salt in well. And then we're going to add our freshly grated coconut. If you don't have access to freshly grated coconut, you can also use your frozen coconut, grated coconut. Just mix everything nicely. And you'll get this beautiful aroma of this fresh vegetable being cooked. And now friends, all we have to do is just cover and cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring in between, just to ensure that the vegetable is nice and cooked. It doesn't take a long time to cook leafy vegetables. They get ready very fast, and you should not overcook leafy vegetables because then it loses all its nutritional value if you overcook anything. So just for 5 to 7 minutes, and then keep it covered and cooked. So it just keep it covered so that it can cook with the residue heat. Now this goes very well as a side dish with any meal, or it's a meal in itself if you have it with some fresh chapatis or puris. So it's such a simple recipe. It's so nice and colorful with the lovely greens and reds. And then now all we're left to do is just serve it in a serving bowl. And we're ready to dig in and enjoy this delicious, easy to prepare tamri bhaji.
Friends, I hope you like today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon, also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.
Hi friends, this is Akshata here. Today I'm going to be showing you a recipe on cauliflower. This is an everyday cooking recipe, a very simple recipe but very tasty. Now here I've taken a medium cauliflower, soaked the flour as a whole in salt water, washed it thoroughly and then chopped it up into tiny bits. Always use the leaves of the cauliflower, they are really very healthy. 1 green chili. In my spices, I have some cumin seeds or jeera, some mustard seeds or mori or rye, some asafoetida or hing, and some turmeric powder or haldi, and then some salt and sugar to taste. Now here I have my oil heating up in my pan. Once our oil is heated up, we'll first add our mori or rye or mustard seeds. Once they begin to splutter, we'll add cumin seeds or jeera, followed by some asafoetida or hing, some turmeric powder or haldi powder, then goes in our green chilies, and then our cauliflower. Along with the cauliflower leaves. We'll mix all of this up well. This has to be done on slow to medium flame. Now for cooking this cauliflower, you have to put a lid on top and put some water on top, and again keep it between slow and medium flame. This will help to cook the cauliflower. So we have to wait for another 2-3 minutes and then check on the cauliflower. Now we will check on our flour after 2 or 3 minutes, and you can see that it's started to cook well. So in this way we have to check every 5 to 10 minutes. Again cover it till we feel that our vegetable is nice and cooked. Now after following this same procedure for about 5 or 6 times, it's been about 5 to 10 minutes. And now our cauliflower is actually well cooked. Now it just requires some seasoning. So we'll put some salt to taste and some sugar to taste. A little bit of sugar. Again, cover it, mix it, and we'll cover it for only another 2 minutes. Now it's been 2 minutes. We'll switch off our gas, and our flour bhaji is all ready. And friends, here it is, the simple flour bhaji recipe. And let me know how you like this recipe in the comments box below. Please subscribe to my channel by pressing the red subscribe button that you see below this video. This is Akshata saying bye until another video. Take care.
So friends, let's see this delicious and healthy recipe of Geudachi bhaji. Now I'm going to show you how to clean it. So you have to take off the tips as I'll show you, and you will see this string kind of thing coming off. So do that at both ends. So don't wash the geuda first. First we're going to clean it. Now just pop it open like this, like you would with a green pea or matar. Check the beans inside. If they are soft or if they look rotten, then just get rid of them, and then just tear the with your fingers, just tear the geuda into these small pieces like this. Now you may encounter strings more than once, so that's why it's preferable to do it by hand rather than using the knife. So do get rid of the strings, do otherwise when you're eating the vegetable, it will really create havoc. So check for the inside that the beans are good inside. And yes, friends, you do encounter a little bit of vegetable worms inside. So get rid of those also. I'll show you after when I finish cleaning. I'll just show you what you should not be using and what you should get rid of. So then with your hands, just tear it, because every time you might get the string or you might not get the string. So this is a real healthy vegetable, and which you can include in your diet. It has many health benefits, like all green veggies do. So while I was cleaning, the ones over here luckily were all very good, but I just had about two or three which had a little bit of rotten beans inside. Some of them did have vegetable worms, about just one or two, so I had to throw those out, but I will show you what you should get rid of. So now I'll show you what, this is the end result. I've just cleaned it up. So now if you find something looking like this, which is rotten, which has a grayish or a brownish effect inside, but the beans are very soft and mushy, or they look, really old and dried up like this, or they have like a very soft, grayish texture, then get rid of that. Luckily, I had a good, the whole thing was nice, just a few of them. Now I've taken some water in a large bowl. I've added a little bit of salt to it, and I'm just going to add this vegetable to it, and I'm going to soak it for about 15 minutes. It's very, very important that you clean your veggies very, very well. Now, some vegetables you have to clean, soak them first and then clean them, and some you have to clean first and then soak them. So it all depends. But I have explained in all of my videos as to what is the process. So let it soak for about 15 minutes in this water to which salt has been added. And then I'm going to just take a colander which I've placed on top of a vessel, and I'm just going to drain all of this, or just lift it up like that and put it over there. And again I'm going to run it through some running water, that is through the colander itself, through my running water in my wash basin of my kitchen, or my kitchen sink rather. Again I'm going to rinse it really, really well. So this is how you prep your geuda, and the recipe is very simple. So once you have finished prepping, you can always do this a day ahead also. So now I've just heated up a pan on a low flame. To that I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of oil. Now once the oil is nice and hot, We're going to add our other ingredients, our 40 or tadka ingredients, which is half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri or rye. Let them splutter well. When they begin to splutter, you're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hinga and half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder. So for those of you watching most of my recipes, you know that the simple vegetables, especially the Maharashtrian way of making it, just requires these few ingredients for the fooding. So now mix everything really well in the oil, and you're going to add your cleaned up gyoda to it or flat beans, and you're going to mix everything really well together. So mix everything well so that the vegetable nicely get coated with the foodni or the bagar. Now this vegetable can be had with some poris or chapatis or some dal, rice. I mean anything. It's just a an accompaniment to any nice meal. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cover it with a lid and we're going to put a little bit of water to the lid. Now if you're using another the glass lids with the handle that we generally have at home, you can just cover it with the lid. You don't need to add any water initially. Now every 3 minutes, just stir it in between. Carefully lift the lid. Just stir it in between every 3 minutes and add a little bit of the water because the water has now become hot. So you can add a little bit of the water so it helps the vegetable to cook. So if you're using a cover with a lid, a glass cover with a handle, just add a little bit of warm water or just sprinkle a little bit of warm water on top so that helps the vegetable cook. So just do this for about 8 to 10 minutes till the gyoda is nice and cooked. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes on a low flame. Never cook on a high or flame, always cook on a low flame so the vegetable gets nicely cooked. Now you can see that the gyoda is nicely cooked. It becomes a darker green color when it's cooked. So now we're going to add all the lovely seasonings. So I'm going to start by adding salt to taste. Now always add a little salt initially, otherwise then you can always add the salt later after you've tasted it. Never add too much salt because very salty food is not good for health and nobody likes to eat extra salty food. Now I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of red chili powder. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of goda masala or kala masala. I have my homemade goda masala recipe. I'll leave it in the link below. If I forget to do so, just type goda masala Akshata's recipes in the YouTube search button and you will find it. That's the easiest way to find my recipes. Just type the recipe. Like you're looking for upma, just say upma Akshata's recipes and mine will pop up. So now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ghee or jaggery. If you're not used to using ghee or jaggery, you can even add a pinch of sugar. A little sweetness, elevates the flavor of this dish. And we're just going to cook everything for another 2 minutes till everything really comes together nicely. Now you could add some grated coconut also for garnish, but I didn't want to add it. I just like to have it plain like this. And your Gevra Bhaji is all ready, guys. So I hope you will try out this recipe and do leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.